I was just listening to Mark Kermode's review of The Housemaid.
Oh, yeah?
And he said it was entertaining trash.
Oh.
So, you know what that means? I may have to see it.
Oh, my goodness.
It looks terrible. He said it was along the lines of Mommy Dearest, and I'm like, okay, you're speaking my love language. All right. Hey, welcome to FaveFilm Podcast, a show about the best in Hollywood and movies, et cetera, and so forth. I'm Leisha.
And I'm Richard, and it's good to be back.
Yeah, it has been a bit of a long absence.
Yeah, it's been a hot minute.
Challenging year in our camp. My delightful co-host is still reeling from a broken ankle.
Yeah, I broke my ankle back in October. Had to have surgery, so kind of in the later part of the year, our cinema going took a little bit of a hit, but we managed to get to see a few. But yeah, I'm happy to say that I'm recovering okay now, and yeah.
Yeah, we managed to wheel Richard into a couple of things.
That was an interesting experience.
Yeah, it was. But it's been an interesting year in Hollywood in general. There's been a lot of ups and downs. There's been a lot of, audiences have been really fickle in that they seemed to be fatigued of some movie properties and some IP, but others, they tend to just, eat it up. They'll just, Hollywood will regurgitate something and they'll just be like, oh yeah, okay. But also not. So it's been a weird year for Hollywood.
It has. So what we're going to do, so coming up on today's show, we're going to kind of look back over the year and look at some of the big stories that happened. Then we're going to go ahead and count down our top 10 movies of the year. Now, as I said before, disclaimer that, obviously we haven't seen all of the movies released, but we're going to go ahead and highlight some of the ones that we have seen and that we really enjoyed. And then we'll talk a little bit about the TV of the year as well, because, man, it's been a good year for TV.
Yeah, TV is almost the new movies in a way. It's almost just got more original high concepts than Hollywood has tended to offer recently, but there have been a lot of big stories, and just as I said, it's been a wild ride. Yes, we haven't seen everything. I really want to see Hamnet.
Yeah, I know.
I haven't seen it yet.
I know.
That's the big.
We'll try and go and see it this week.
Yeah, that and Marty Supreme. Haven't seen Marty Supreme. These kind of Oscar buzz big movies that have come out in the last few weeks, but. We will get to them, and we will be reviewing them on future episodes.
Yeah. And so just to let you know as well, this episode will not contain any spoilers for the movies. We will just be talking in generalization about what we enjoyed in the movies.
We'll be as vague as possible on a lot of these movies.
And then also we will now be getting back to regular service. So as you mentioned, once we see movies. Each week we'll be bringing you our hot takes on what we think.
And we haven't forgotten about those deep dive episodes that we love, talking about one movie at a time. We will be getting back to those as well.
Doing some of those.
Going into the archives, going into, some of our long-held favorites, some of our more recent favorites, that stuff. Got lots of stuff planned for the new year in 2026.
Well, I tell you what, I'm in a comfy chair. My leg is feeling good. I got a cup of coffee, so let's talk about some movies.
Let's get into some of the big headlines of the year. All right. So I want to start off with kind of a again, this is going to talk about the nature of movies in the future and things like that. And I want to talk about the bids for Warner Brothers Discovery.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so Warner Brothers Discovery is a massive movie conglomerate studio with lots of properties under its belt, including Harry Potter, DC, all of the Discovery programming, the TLC programming, its own
Nat Geo.
It's
Animal Planet,
There's so many different facets to this brand, and it's led by this guy, David Zaslav. Currently, in my opinion, not the greatest leader. Oh, and they own HBO as well. Let's not forget that.
That's what makes HBO Max so great.
Well, it's because there's so much
Yeah,
now.
there's so much on there. Yeah.
It's so much now that's part of their library.
Mhm.
They have TCM as well.
Right.
Adult Swim, Cartoon Network, all these different things, and it's a lot. And actually, that streaming service, when it was HBO Go back in the day, or when it,
Wow.
it was like the place to be for movie fans, because it was like the best of TV and movies. HBO was it, but then they kind of merged all of the Discovery properties into it, so it's a bit of a mishmash. It's a real mishmash over at HBO Max now.
Where else can you watch a Turner Classic movie and then roll straight into 90 Day Fiancé?
I mean, look, sometimes you need your trash, but I feel like it's a bit overloaded with trash.
Right.
Look, so David Zaslav, this guy, he's very much into content. He was very like, I want content for my channel, And that's kind of why Netflix has kind of, come in and place a bid on it, because Netflix is kind of in the same boat. They want these properties from Warner Brothers so they can beef up their own streaming offerings. Now, what's made things complicated in this story is that Paramount is also bidding for Warner Brothers Discovery.
Right.
Kind of a hostile bid came in, like, oh, no, you don't. We want to maintain the old Hollywood studio and CBS and all of this stuff. And it's, it's messy because of the whole, Stephen Colbert thing and the whole lawsuit of Trump and 60 Minutes. I'm not going to get into the politics of the politics in Hollywood, and it's just, I don't have the time or the inclination or the energy to argue about that stuff. But
so what is the latest on the Warner Brothers thing?
So
because I don't know.
Both companies are in contention. It appears. A bid like this and a purchase like this is not something that just happens overnight. It's going to take a good long while to hash out all the terms and everything. And so really what's kind of sad about it is I don't think either deal is very good, for the industry in general. Because first of all, if Netflix does it, then that's really making a statement that streaming is king, and the movie-going experience is probably going to start going away, or it won't be as prevalent as it was. It'll be more focused on people watching at home.
Right.
If Paramount takes over, then you probably still get a little bit of that, legacy media type, movie-going experience, television.
Right.
Broadcast, all that stuff, but you also have, some of the unsavory censorship elements, and, Paramount has not exactly been thriving, let's say, in the last few years.
The movie division, no, but their television shows on Paramount Plus are really doing well.
Yes and no. I mean, I don't feel like that they get the same amount of traction as a Disney Plus or a Netflix. Or
I gotcha.
I just feel like they're catering to certain audiences. Let me put it that way.
But don't forget as well that Paramount Plus's price point is way lower than Disney Plus and Netflix.
Oh, that'll change.
Yeah, I know it will. But I had a little, something to say about the. So let's say, for example, Netflix win, and they take over HBO Max. HBO Max goes away, right? Everything just ports straight over to Netflix. Here's the thing. First of all, they're gonna have to obviously revamp their price point, because
again,
right. But the thing is Netflix are not going to care about theater windows, right? At the moment, you do still have a theater window with most Warner Brothers films.
Yeah.
Right? Because they care about it. Excuse me. But Netflix are not going to care about that. And that's really going to cause problems, because a lot of people, given the choice of first, it's going to be on streaming day one, or you go to the theater day one. Most people are going to choose streaming, right? Well, here's what I wanted to say. The theaters really need to start getting with the program, because having this experience of breaking my ankle and stuff really made me look at the theater experience. Now, where we are currently AMC A-list subscribers.
Yeah.
But we've changed that. We're actually dropping it, and we're going to be dropping it in the middle of January. And the reason for that is because our local AMC, unless you go to the Dolby Theater, actually no, the only one in the whole thing that has recliners is the Dolby Theater.
Yeah.
So if you go to any of the other screens,
even the IMAX,
the seats are awful. Now, I mean, that's okay if you're going to see, a nice short 90-minute movie. But when you start pushing it, those seats, they're terrible. But also our local AMC as well. It's old, it's dirty, it smells.
It needs refurbishment. Desperately.
Now, they did upgrade the projectors and replace the screens, which I'm grateful.
Those look great.
For which I'm grateful. However, when it came to, so the majority of the movies up until probably a couple of weeks ago, I was in my wheelchair. So I was in a wheelchair space, and you were in the seat next to me, so you were still sitting in the uncomfortable seat. Now, when it came to something like when we went to see Kill Bill, we went to a different theater. We went to the Cinemark because I needed a recliner, because I needed to put
it's 4 hours and some odd minutes.
4 hours, 40 minutes with an intermission.
It's a long time.
So my whole point is that the theaters really need to start getting with the program. AMC just need to start investing money back into it, and then people will come. Also, another thing, I don't want to harp too much on about AMC, but I'm noticing an increase in the amount of movies now that are excluded from A-list. And I know that a lot of A-list subscribers were really pissed that Kill Bill was excluded from A-list, because it wasn't a Fathom event. It wasn't an opening night fan event where you get a little keychain or, whatever. It was a regular showing, and they excluded it from A-list. And, we ended up going to Cinemark, as I say, because they have recliners, and we were like, well, if we're going to pay for it, we're going to, just have to, we might as well go to Cinemark. So I'm thinking, if this Netflix deal does go through, to preserve the movie-going experience, the theaters really need to step up, in my opinion.
Well, it just makes me wonder if the studios are going to be interested in, being in theaters anymore. But then again, I mean, I don't, the figures that Netflix make are always shrouded in secrecy and things like that. I mean, they're membership based, and they're counting on people to be on plans that don't have ads, so they can get the most money out of them each month.
Right.
And I'm sure they have a very healthy subscriber base and everything like that.
Oh,
but
of course.
They're about to make a huge investment to purchase Warner Brothers Discovery, and they've got to recoup that money.
Right.
And so they're going to drive up their costs of prescription plans. Subscription.
Yeah.
Here, that might have been a Freudian.
We're going to inject the movie into your arm.
In your eyeballs, right in your eyeballs. Their subscription plans, they're going to increase those again. They gradually increase them anyway. They're going to do it again. They're probably going to charge way more of a premium, because they're going to say, well, now we have all these properties.
Right.
Now we have all these shows. Now we have these libraries of things.
And
here.
that's the thing. You've got to have the content to be able to keep people subscribing.
Disney's about to do it too. Disney bought Hulu, so they're about to do it.
Right.
They're going to increase their price because they're going to say, okay, now we have all these TV offerings and different things that Hulu had, so now here, pay more.
And I think a lot of people are going to do what we've been doing, and it's switching stuff on and off.
Yeah.
We switched Disney Plus off for a little while because I was just, until, really the next thing that's going to be, worth watching on there for me is Ahsoka, which is going to be next year. So, yeah, a lot of people are going to be switching on and off. And HBO used to do that. When you say back in the day, you used to have this appointment television, right? And you would subscribe until Game of Thrones finished, and then as soon as Game of Thrones finished, you cut it off. Right? Unless they have something else, that you're interested in. Now, if Netflix, they're going to really have to think about how they release stuff as well, right? Because if they want to keep people, they're going to have to eke stuff out rather than drop everything together.
Yeah.
Right at the same time. And they're also, more and more content is coming in, which means it's going to get diluted down. So what you don't want a whole bunch of crap.
That's why this media conglomeration stuff, where you just constantly have all of these companies just combining and merging and things like that, is that you do start to dilute the content.
Of course.
And
I mean, you remember when Netflix first started doing original content, they were really proud of it. They had no problem releasing viewing numbers, stuff like that. House of Cards and was one of the very first in their stable, which, to be fair, was a great show. Until
it wasn't.
Right, until it wasn't. But then they started to dilute, right? And I'm worried that the same kind of thing is going to happen with Apple TV as well, because there was a show that just got cancelled, and until then I hadn't really heard about any shows being cancelled on Apple TV. But
I mean, it's happened.
Really?
Yeah, but
they cancelled. We started watching The Last Frontier, and because Jason Clarke. Love him.
Love Jason
and
Clarke.
Love the show. And we were like 5-6 episodes in.
We were into it, yeah.
And then you turned around to me and said, "Oh, it's been cancelled." And I was like, "Well, I'm not going to watch the rest of it because I guarantee you they left it on a cliffhanger," and they did. So I was like, "Why would I, continue watching that?" So my point is that Netflix have really got to be careful with their release schedule, and start eking shows out.
Yeah, and just to kind of close out, this item, I think that one of the big problems we're going to see is there's going to be less and less originality. I think that right now streaming services are they're very much into scooping up worldwide content.
Yeah.
Because they are worldwide companies. They, have different territories that they have to service.
Yeah.
So, and, while they accumulate these shows for these markets, they go ahead and put them on streaming services for American audiences to see, or for, diasporas to see, expats and things like that to watch content from their home countries. And it's just, so with so much juggling going on with content.
And really, they're rolling the dice. That's the thing is Netflix have so much money. They bought K-pop Demon Hunters, right? They didn't know it was going to catch on in the way that it did. It was just blind luck that it did.
Yeah, and we still haven't seen it.
Yeah, we still haven't seen it. We will, though. We will.
A future episode will probably be called "We Finally Saw K-pop Demon Hunters."
Yeah, right.
That really took over the world in a really big way.
But look, this is not the first merger. I think, even whatever happens, consumers still have the power. You still have the power to unsubscribe, and
they still need us, damn it.
And that's the nice thing about them being so big, is you don't have to go through this whole canceling thing anymore. You remember when you used to cancel things and you used to have to be, oh, you need to call an agent. And then the agent would offer you 10 years at 1 cent a month or something.
Yeah, they're used to it now.
So at least you don't have to go through that anymore. So that's nice.
I think they're used to people hopping on and off, and they just don't really fight anymore.
So
They've got so much going on. They don't have time to invest in customer care, I guess. But
yeah. So we'll just keep our eye on this story as it develops.
And we'll see how it has an effect on the movie industry.
All right. What else we got?
So I want to talk about some of the big losses we had this year as far as Hollywood legends.
Bad year.
It has been a really bad year for people, leaving this great earth and leaving their mark on Hollywood. And, we started off earlier in the year with Gene Hackman.
Oh.
I mean, and
by
the way, as we talk through these folks, we're not going to get into the more salacious details of the circumstances and things like that, but just rather the kind of legacy that they left.
Oh, what a legend. I mean, what a legend.
He's Lex Luthor. He's Popeye Doyle. He's,
Senator Keeley.
Yes.
He's Senator Keeley from the Birdcage. Probably my favorite Gene Hackman performance.
Yeah, he always elevated anything he was in.
Of course.
Anything like Royal Tenenbaums and even the movie Heartbreakers, he elevated.
Yeah, Heartbreakers.
But yeah, such a great loss, and he was in his 90s, and he had retired from Hollywood a while ago. But yeah, so many great performances to admire there.
Oh yeah. Sad story.
We also lost a major legend in Robert Redford.
Yeah, we did.
One of my favorite actors from one of my favorite films, All the President's Men.
Yeah. And we rewatched it. Yeah. Recently.
In tribute,
so good.
We watched it again, and he's just so incredible in it. And Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid.
I feel like he's one of those actors that he just elevated any film that he was in.
Much like Gene Hackman.
Much like Gene Hackman. He was so watchable. When I think back of some of my favorite Robert Redford films, Sneakers comes to mind. Oh, I absolutely love Sneakers, and he's so good in it.
Yeah, he was such a kind of, he had the old Hollywood handsomeness in like the 60s and things like that. But alongside Paul Newman and Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid, it was just like, oh my gosh.
Did so much for the movie industry as well. Of course, he created the Sundance Film Festival now. I'm sorry, he created the Sundance Film Festival, which is just now one of the premier film festivals. And,
it's just a champion of independent.
So many great movies have come out of Sundance because they showed so well. Great loss. Great actor.
We also lost Diane Keaton.
Yeah.
And I mean, just
where can you start with Diane Keaton? I mean, again,
just watch her in The Godfather again. I mean,
so many great performances.
Academy Award winner for Annie Hall. Just First Wives Club.
Something's got to give.
Something's got to give.
I love
Father
that.
of the Bride.
Yeah.
Just so many great roles. Baby Boom. I love Baby Boom.
Yeah.
Just so many great roles, and just a stalwart in Hollywood, and just a really shock the day we found out that she had passed. And most recently, the biggest shock of all, Rob Reiner's sudden loss. Just when I think about how many great films that he's directed and that I've, watched so many times and enjoyed. I mean, one of my favorite films, a top 5 film for me, is Stand By Me. And the way that he expertly directed the 4 young actors in that movie and all of the, other players around them, and just really kind of improved on Stephen King's story. is incredible. And then you've got Spinal Tap, and then you've got Princess Bride, and When Harry Met Sally. Legendary films. This is not just like, flash in the pan stuff.
Also little turns as well. He was, did acting too, but every little part he did in the movie was so good. He's just so great to watch. His comic timing as well was just impeccable. And we just recently rewatched Spinal Tap because we went to see Spinal Tap 2. And again, he co-wrote and directed Spinal Tap 2, which was superb. I mean, it's going to be one of the movies we talk about a little bit later. But yeah, just a great shock, a great, not afraid to speak his mind. But from everybody who worked with him, knew him closely, said that he was just the nicest guy.
Yeah, and he's kind of one of the last sort of, I feel like anyway, one of the last sort of big players in the industry that could kind of, that, he shows up and you know who he is, and he's, he's got a pedigree behind him. And that's, you're not finding that. You're finding that less and less now.
But I mean, again, we're not going to go into details, but such a horrible bit of news.
Yes,
it was such a shock.
It was a tragedy. Yeah.
Yeah, and just an absolute legend.
Yeah. So, again, there were many other actors who who we lost this year, actors and actresses, and. It'd be impossible to name them all, but those were some of the kind of big names that stood out to us this year that were lost. Well, let's turn the tide a little bit. Let's talk about a little bit of
lighten it up a little bit.
A little bit of lighter news in what the big movies were as far as box office earnings this year.
Oh yeah, okay, interesting.
So
now, bearing in mind that we have not.
Well, no, we're not going to talk about them in details. I'm just going to talk about kind of...
Right, but you're not including Avatar in this, are you?
No. Well,
because it only just opened.
It only just opened. It's not cracked the top 10 anyway.
Okay.
As far as yearly earnings.
Because it only just opened.
Yeah,
so.
And it's kind of nice not to see the name Avatar, to be honest. But so these are the top films, and when I was talking earlier about kind of... properties how audiences are fickle and how they we don't want to see the same thing all the time, but then again they do. So
can I guess the top grossing film of the year?
Yeah.
Was it Superman?
No.
Really?
It was not.
Wow.
So the top grossing film this year was the Minecraft movie.
Oh
yeah. So I'm looking at domestic numbers here.
Okay.
Only, not worldwide. I'll get to worldwide in a minute, but Minecraft movie made $423 million domestically, all on the back of that, chicken jockey thing, I guess.
Well, do you know what the budget was for it? Or,
not off the top of my head, but
it's not that, I'm sure.
But it's
wow.
It was. I mean, it brought in audiences for many weeks, very loud and rowdy and. Messy audiences. Apparently, it's not the top of our interest, but
well, no, I just never got into playing Minecraft. Yeah. So I've tried to play it in the past, but no. If it had been a Fortnite movie, I'd have gone and seen it.
So fine. It had its audience.
Okay.
Number 2, right on the heels of the Minecraft movie. I'm talking about these are around the $423 million mark. They're neck and neck.
Okay.
Number 2 was Lilo and Stitch.
Oh.
So this is what I talk about when I say audiences are fickle. They talk, we don't want remakes. We don't, blah, blah. They do.
I'm going to talk about Lilo and Stitch later too.
They do. So Lilo and Stitch, big success, live action.
Wow. What was that? What was those numbers?
423. Around the same as Minecraft.
Oh, and you can guarantee that budget was nowhere near that. I mean, my goodness.
It's
well,
possible.
I'm not talking about marketing.
Yeah, marketing. I mean, marketing-wise, Lilo and Stitch had a
marketing-wise, Lilo in the movie theaters in his little car.
Stitch in the movie.
Oh, sorry,
you mean
Lilo.
not Lilo?
Stitch. Yeah.
Yes, the little animatronic Stitches that they had driving cars in movie theaters and handing out tickets and stuff. Adorable.
Yeah.
Adorable.
Yeah.
Number 3 was Superman.
Okay.
354 million.
Okay.
So a little less than the other two.
Mm-hmm.
Number 4 was Jurassic World Rebirth. Again, we don't want the same properties. I mean, yes, you do.
Yeah, I mean those Jurassic movies are just money machines, aren't they?
They are.
My goodness.
So 339 million for that one domestically. Number 5, Wicked for Good. And that was a massive film. A lot of people were anticipating that sequel, but that is it's a bit more niche audience than like a Jurassic World.
Well, and it also only opened a month ago.
Yeah. So it's not had as much time, but it's still cooped about 328 million. So rounding out the top 10, you had Zootopia 2 at number 6. A big winner for the year. Number 7, Sinners.
Okay.
$279 million.
Okay.
That's huge for an original
concept. Yeah.
Because a lot of these, there's some kind of existing property, whether it's a musical, a video game,
or they're based
comic
on
book property,
yeah.
existing animated film.
Right.
Sinners to be an original film to be at number 7 and to make that much money is a big deal.
It is. And
that was Warner Brothers Discovery, so there you go. Then we have at number 8, Fantastic Four: First Steps, which was fine. Number 9 was How to Train Your Dragon. We don't want these, but yes, you do. And number 10 was Captain America: Brave New World.
Okay.
Now, worldwide, it's interesting. So Minecraft is not the number 1 movie worldwide.
Oh, okay.
And it's not even number 2. Zootopia 2 actually made more worldwide than, Lilo and Stitch and Superman and all of those other movies. So it's got more of that broad appeal for other regions. But the number 1 worldwide movie was a movie out of China called Nisa.
Okay.
And it grossed very little here domestically in the U.S. compared to other films, but $2 billion in China. So
just in China alone?
Just in China. Yeah.
Wow.
So that just goes to show you how lucrative China still is.
Right.
So there you go. Now let's talk about some of the box office losers for this year. Now it's interesting that there are some movies on this list that didn't seem to be too bad as far as, box office earnings and things like that, but because of the budgets, they end up losing a lot more.
Right.
So the movie Elio, the Disney animated film, Thunderbolts, the New Avengers, and The Running Man all lost about $100 million each.
Wow.
So Marvel didn't have the greatest year. DC definitely ate their lunch this year, but Marvel didn't have the greatest year, even though a lot of people really like Thunderbolts, myself included.
Yeah, me too.
But the big losers this year, Snow White.
Oh, yeah.
The remake. This is why it's so confusing to me. Because a movie like Lilo and Stitch and How to Train Your Dragon will crack the top 10. Was that a Freudian slip? Crack the top 10 in the worldwide box office for the year.
Yeah.
And something like Snow White, which is also a remake, won't.
So, I mean,
$115 million it lost.
Do we think that Snow White lost out because of, social media backlash over?
I think some of it was.
Yeah.
It probably it got bad reviews and bad word of mouth.
And also the lead actress made some problematic comments.
Yeah, some things that some people didn't like. Yes, they found her a bit annoying.
But I think I think this is, I know we've talked about this subject ad nauseum on this podcast, but a toxic fandom as well is or just toxic people in general, because I think that a lot of people had it in for this movie from day one.
Well, when they were talking about having actual, for lack of a better term, normal size actors playing, CGI'd to be the dwarves.
Yeah, right.
That was kind of a bit of a red flag. They didn't
Right.
end up doing that. They just ended up doing CGI dwarfs. But yeah, the changes to it were not very well received.
Right.
The change to the story. So look, it lost a bunch of money. Lost over about 115 million. The big loser, the number one loser of the year, was Tron Ares.
Oh, wow.
Which Mark Kermode referred to as Tron Arse.
Yeah.
Which was funny to me. So Tron Ares is on track to lose $132 million.
Wow.
That's massive for Disney. So even though Disney had the number 2 domestic film of the top 10 in the U.S. with Lilo and Stitch, they had 2 huge losers.
Yeah.
So Tron Ares, I feel like they really dropped the ball on this one.
Well, to be fair, we didn't see it.
We didn't see it.
We had tickets to go and see it, but
tickets to go and see it, and then
we had a conflict and couldn't make it, and then I broke my ankle.
Then you broke your ankle, and it put us back even further. But
I'm kind of glad.
The word of mouth, the reviews, just the fact that it didn't catch fire.
It was Mark Kermode's worst movie of the year.
Yeah, that was saying a lot. It was.
Yeah. I was looking forward to it too.
Yeah.
Big Tron fan. But
Jared Leto, really?
Well.
Just.
Yeah,
I can't be the only one that's sick of him.
No, Mark Kermode said that he single-handedly destroyed the movie.
God.
So, but I was, I've probably spoken about this on the podcast before, but they should have just stuck with what they knew. They should have just made the story they originally set out to make when it was greenlit the first time, and everybody was on board, and it should have just been Sam and Cora going back into the grid to rescue Flynn, and that's that. But no, they had to, go ahead and redo it, and look what happened.
Yeah,
so.
Huge missed opportunity there. I think they really did have some good seeds from the previous film that they could have carried over, that they could have built a better story. And this whole thing of, a super soldier and, we're going to keep killing him over. Who cares? Just, it's just, bleh. So anyway, those were the winners and losers of the year as far as box office. Now, I guess we'll save kind of our anticipated 2026 releases until the very end.
Yeah, we'll do that at the very end.
We're still going to be talking about our top films of this year, so we're going to stay in 2025. But before we do that, we did want to kind of spotlight one of the highlights of our year personally.
Oh, yeah.
Was back in July, we went to our first convention.
Yeah.
So we went to GalaxyCon in New Orleans and really geeked and nerded out for the whole weekend. We met lots of, our heroes and
and it
some
was
of our favorite film stars and TV stars. It was great.
It was just surreal. I mean, not having been to a con before, we had no idea that that these stars were just there behind their tables and you could just see them, and it was so good. So we walked in, and the first thing we did was we got tattoos, because we wanted to get tattoos to commemorate our first con. But then we walked straight in, and we were heading towards the table of somebody we'd already pre-booked, and you turned around to me and you said, just turn around really slow, but Barry Bostwick is on the table right behind you. And oh my God,
it's Brad Majors from Rocky Horror Picture Show.
He's one of our absolute heroes. And so we met him, and it was kind of quiet in the morning, and we got to spend a good amount of time with him. And we talked with him. We told him a couple of stories, and he was really gracious. But the great thing was, while we were talking to Barry Bostwick, somebody walked up to come see him, and it was Terry Farrell from Deep Space Nine. It was Jadzia Dax, and she touched me on the shoulder, and I was like, "Oh my god!"
She like held out her hand, like, "Hi, I'm Terry." We're like, "We know
who you are.
We know."
But then we met Harvey Gillen from
from everything, from what we do in the shadows, from Puss in Boots, Perito, and from Companion.
And he was, I mean, we are huge fans. The reason why we chose this con was because there was Kayvan Novak was supposed to be there as well, the guy who plays Nandor in What We Do in the Shadows, and we had autographs booked with them, and we had a dual photo shoot booked with them. Well, unfortunately, Kayvan couldn't make it, but we still went. We're huge fans of What We Do in the Shadows. And Harvey was so sweet.
He was so warm and friendly, and spent a good amount of time talking to us. And he signed my Funko Pop, and actually, like, you know, he drew a little blood on the stake that Guillermo was holding, and
so good.
You know, he pointed out some special things about the Funko Pop that we didn't know, and just
complimented our t-shirts. We both had What We Do in the Shadows t-shirts on, and it was just a fantastic experience. Then who else? Oh yeah, we went to panel with Charlie Cox, and you got to ask him a question.
Yeah, Charlie Cox of Daredevil. So dreamy. But he was doing a kind of Q&A panel, so I got to ask him a question, and he said my name. Oh my god. But so cool and chilled out and gracious and everything. So that was really cool.
Yeah, then we got photos with Harvey, and we met Giancarlo Esposito.
Oh my god, y'all.
It was so great.
We met
Gus Fring.
We met Bugging Out. We we met, oh gosh, what's this doodle on The Boys?
I can't remember.
The Vought guy?
The Vought guy.
Yeah.
But Moff Gideon.
Yeah. Oh my god.
So, so we met him. That was great. We met Jason Isaacs. Was so friendly. Yeah.
So, like, just had like a really good chat with us. Just talking, just hanging out. You know, we got a photo with him, and just was so gracious.
I think that's one of the things that I was really surprised about, was the fact that I never felt rushed at all.
No.
I never felt rushed. I never felt like, you know, we needed to, kind of rush along or have a certain amount of time. Everybody took their time, and I'm not sure whether it was because we went on Sunday and it was a little bit quieter, because the con actually ran Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And I'm not sure it's because it was the last day, but it was great. I mean, we got to really spend some quality time.
Yeah, I think the photo opportunities, when you pre-book a photo, that tends to go pretty fast.
Yeah, but they have a lot of people to get through. I'm really talking about the meeting and greeting at the table and stuff. Because we also met Brian O'Halloran
from Clerks.
Who plays Dante in
from
Clerks.
Yeah.
And again, I mean, I'm not over exaggerating when we spent a good 10 minutes with him, I think.
Oh, yeah, it was totally effortless talking to him. He was like an old friend.
Told him some, a couple of stories, and he signed some stuff for us, and he did, we did 3 different photos with him, and Oh, just absolutely superb.
So yeah, an overall great experience at the con, and we spent a bunch of money on merchandise. And, they had a lot of really creative displays,
Yeah.
and there was like a whole horror section where you could take a picture with Chucky and Megan, and all of that. So and they had
great.
they had these big aliens from Mars Attacks that you could take pictures with, and it was really fun. Lots of droids running around the floor and
it was
stuff like that. So
and of course, and our first time in New Orleans as well. And don't get me started. I fell in love with New Orleans so much.
Yeah, it was a great time.
Yeah, and we'll definitely be at GalaxyCon 2026.
I should think so.
Oh yeah.
So, all right, now the moment you've all been waiting for. Let's get into the top 10 films of 2025 as decided by each of us. All right. So do you want to go first? Do you want me to go first?
I'm gonna say that. So my top 3 of the year are set, right? The rest of them are not. I really don't have them in any kind of order because the movies that I really liked this year, I really liked, and it's really difficult to put them in order. But the top 3, I think, are set. So should I just mention a couple of my honorable mentions?
Yeah, I have some honorable mentions too, so go ahead.
So my honorable mentions for the year, Paddington in Peru. I absolutely loved.
One. Yeah.
Just the third installment in the Paddington movies, and all 3 of them are just absolutely delightful. I really, really enjoyed it. Strange Harvest.
Yes, that is one of my honorable mentions as well.
Man, it was so good. If you haven't seen Strange Harvest, I really recommend you go see it. It's
We'll seek it out now because it's not in theaters anymore.
No, it's not. It'd be on streaming.
On
somewhere.
Streaming, yeah.
But it's done in the style of a news report / police,
like a true crime documentary.
Like a true crime documentary, yeah. About some strange, grisly murders. But the way that it's done, it's I can't explain it. It's just really slick. And the people who made it obviously have seen a lot of these documentaries because it's really good.
It's kind of Zodiac-y a little bit.
I agree.
But it is it's a fake documentary. It's not a real story.
No.
But it's so well done that you might actually believe it's real.
Yeah. So another honorable mention as well, Spinal Tap 2. I absolutely loved it. I thought
my honorable mention too.
It was great. I paused to put it up against the first one. I completely just tried to see it as a different movie, right? But it's super funny. There's a lot of nods to the first one, but it's just a delightful watch. It's just really nice to be in the company of those characters again.
Yeah, and there's a couple of cameos in it that are inspired.
Yeah, it's also super short as well, so it's a really easy watch, of course. Next one I want to talk about is, let's go back to Lilo and Stitch for a moment, because it's one of my honorable mentions. I absolutely thought it was great. I didn't expect anything from it. Went in. It's so well made. It's so funny. It's delightful. So I'm going to go ahead and mention How to Train Your Dragon. Now, I was more excited to go and see How to Train Your Dragon than I was to see Lilo and Stitch. Here's the thing. With Lilo and Stitch, they changed it enough where it was fresh and it was really, it just really was an absolute blast from beginning to end. How to Train Your Dragon seemed to me to be a pretty much shot by shot. It didn't bring anything new. I came out of it thinking, I'm not sure why they even made it.
Yeah,
right? They took a lot of and here's the thing, they took the goofiness out of it as well.
Yeah.
Like they took out things like, this is probably going to, it's not going to spoil anything because everybody's seen the animated version, but they took out things like, Stitch's silly dance.
You mean not Stitch?
Not Stitch. Sorry, Toothless.
Toothless is Silly Dance.
Yeah. And his faces that he pulls.
Yeah.
And stuff like that, which made it just seemed like it was really bleak. And even that, it did have some moments of humor, but you knew they were coming because they didn't really change anything about it. But Lilo and Stitch is a completely different animal, literally. But I absolutely loved it. Next one, Ballerina from the world of John Wick. Loved it. Thought it was excellent. Thought Ana de Armas was brilliant in it. It was worthy of being in the John Wick universe. Absolutely loved it. The Gorge, I really enjoyed as well, on Apple TV. Now, I remember we saw a trailer for it back in December of last year, and I think it came out in February. But from the second I saw that trailer, I thought, man, I'm really interested in that. And we watched it, and it was really, really good.
Miles Teller and Anya Taylor-Joy.
Very, very good.
And a big chasm between them.
Right. And then, of course, I would be remiss without talking about Kill Bill, The Whole Bloody Affair.
Hey.
So, yeah, I mean, that to me, it's not a new movie, but it would have been my top movie of the year. But it was so good to finally see it on the big screen in all its glory. Even though there was an intermission, which I was happy because I could go to the restroom, but also I wasn't happy about it because I would have just liked to have seen the whole thing. But it's a long movie, so I understand. But just a beautiful. It's just a masterpiece. The new animated sequence was superb. The way that they edited around the cut between the two movies was really well done. And then you had that extra little chapter after the end credits. Just brilliant. If it had have stuck around longer, I would have gone and seen it again.
Yeah. So that extended anime sequence was wild.
It was great.
Yeah.
So those are my honorable mentions.
Should I get into a few more honorable mentions? You've mentioned some of my honorable mentions. But I want to add to these Novocaine with Jack Quaid was actually really entertaining and enjoyable. Really fun to see. I actually liked this movie a little bit more than you did. I will give an honorable mention to One Battle After Another, which this is appearing on a lot of people's top 10 lists for the year. I liked it more than you did, definitely. It's not a perfect movie for me. It's a little bit long in places, and the score is a bit jarring in places, but I admired a lot about it. I like a lot of the filmmaking, a lot of the sequences. So the characters were interesting. Sean Penn was doing some things. He was going for it.
Making some choices.
He was making some choices for sure. But it was entertaining throughout for me. So it's not going to be in my top 10, but I enjoyed it nonetheless.
Okay.
One of my honorable mentions is also The Long Walk. I didn't think a movie about people walking at 3 miles an hour continuously for miles and miles and miles would be as engaging as it was. So I enjoyed it. It was a good adaptation of one of Stephen King's Richard Bachman books. And,
I enjoyed it too.
I liked it. And I wanted to spotlight a couple of long-form documentaries about two great subjects that were pretty comprehensive. Although, how do you begin to sum up?
I forgot about documentaries.
Yeah, how do you begin to sum up two great men in 5 parts each? But Billy Joel and So It Goes was, from start to finish, so engaging and interesting, and so much great music. And then Mr. Scorsese on Apple TV Plus.
Yes.
That was a different kind of look at Martin Scorsese, but I mean, again, there's still so much they didn't talk about, but what they did get to talk about was always
They could have done, that could have been 10 parts.
Yeah.
Or they could have brought it out as a part. you know.
And there's another film that's in my honorable mentions, but I don't want to mention it because it's probably in your top 10.
Oh, okay.
So I'll leave it off for now, but why don't we roll into our top 10?
But, my bottom 7 are interchangeable, so why don't you start? Because I'll probably go ahead.
Well, I did order mine.
Okay.
But
so what's your number 10?
My number 10 is Wicked for Good.
Oh, okay. That's not in my top 10.
Now, as I sit here in my Wicked pajama bottoms, I was anticipating this film, this sequel to the first part, which was released last year, knowing that this was going to be the darker part of the story, was going to explain a lot of the things or offer an interpretation of explaining the things that happened in The Wizard of Oz. And so I really felt the emotional impact. I really liked the emphasis on the relationship between Elphaba and Glinda. I thought the songs, while you're not getting a Defying Gravity, you're still getting some good musical numbers, and No Good Deed Goes Unpunished, or No Good Deed, I should say, is the name of the song, but was incredible. And the ending, changed for good, and I cried. It just, I'm a sucker for a big sweeping musical, and this unique interpretation of Wizard of Oz, it kind of, it made me look at the original movie a little bit differently and go, oh, okay, that's why that happened. So just, and obviously these two women, Ariana Grande and Cynthia Erivo, have been promoting Wicked for their lives for the last 2 years. So, the marketing tie-ins, everything just big and bold, and yes, feed my eyeballs. I enjoyed it. I thought it was a good as an end cap to the story, as a conclusion. I really enjoyed it, and it made my number 10.
Okay, cool.
So there you go. So how about you? What is your first in your last 7?
Okay, so my first in my bottom 7 is Warfare.
Okay.
So I think the reason why, and actually quite a lot of the movies on my top 10 this year are because they're surprises. They're movies that I didn't really know about, and I didn't really think I would enjoy so much. But oh my gosh, Warfare was just incredible from start to finish. Just again, no spoilers, but all of the performances so good. Just a brilliant movie. I don't watch a huge amount of war movies, but this was just incredible, and of course, true story.
Yeah.
So so Warfare is in there.
All right. So my number 9 is Thunderbolts, aka the New Avengers.
Yeah, I have.
We found out later.
Yeah, I have Thunderbolts.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, continuing on with this kind of ragtag group of sort of side characters in previous Avengers movies, you've got Florence Pugh,
David Harbour.
David Harbour, Sebastian Stan, Lewis Pullman, Wyatt Russell, and Julia Louis-Dreyfus kind of coming in and being like this ringleader of this group and trying to bring them together and everything. And what I really enjoyed about Thunderbolts was that it said a lot about mental health and about, partnership and cooperation and just talking things out, and people being there for each other and helping each other out through tough times, and that, being a superhero and having, these extraordinary abilities and these powers or whatever was not always what it was cracked up to be. And it left a lot to be desired, and it was a lonely life. And particularly Florence Pugh, to me, I mean, she's great in
She's
just
great,
about
yeah.
everything. But
another thing I think I really liked about it was just a romp.
yeah,
It was funny, it was action-packed,
but it had emotional heft too.
But it did. But again, I've used this phrase already once, but it was just really nice to be with those characters again.
Yeah, and it was
After going back and watching Black Widow, like a couple of nights before we went to see it, just, it was so nice because a lot of people didn't like Black Widow. I absolutely loved it. But it was really nice to be with those characters again, and it was spectacular. Some of the scenes were great. It just didn't get the love that it deserved, I think.
No, it didn't. It was kind of hurt by the fact that the last couple of Marvel outings were pretty terrible. The Ant-Man and Wasp: Quantumania and Thor: Love and Thunder were both big, huge misfires.
Yeah. And you know what? I don't even have Captain America: Brave New World anywhere in my because it was
fine.
It was just okay.
Yeah.
But it took itself way too seriously, and it just didn't click with me in the way that Thunderbolts did.
Yeah. So, yep, that's my number 9. So,
Okay, cool.
what's next in your list?
Companion.
Ah, okay.
So, Companion, man, that movie is wild.
What a concept.
Sophie Thatcher, who we know from Yellow Jackets, and Harvey Guillen's in it.
Jack Quaid.
Jack Quaid. That movie is absolutely bonkers, but it's just brilliant. It's riveting, especially the last 20 minutes of that movie. So good. So good.
It's, without spoiling too much about it, it's kind of a futuristic look at relationships and that sort of
crossing the line
with technology
between real and fake,
love and romance and so
and technology going too far and becoming too aware.
Yes.
So Companion, check it out. Brilliant.
Yep. So my number 8 is Warfare. You've already talked about it, but
Nice.
I did want to point out the fact that, it's co-directed by Alex Garland and a real-life Navy SEAL, Ray Mendoza, and that's why it is
that's right.
such a, realistic, real-time. This is Navy SEALs on a reconnaissance mission, dangerous territories.
Yeah. And they get stuck in a house.
Yeah.
And it's about them being surrounded and
when we're talking every young actor, every good young actor of the moment, Will Poulter, Cosmo Jarvis, Joseph Quinn, Kit Connor, Michael Gandolfini.
Yeah, they were all in it.
Stacked with all these really great young male actors, and it's just like, really intense, really, really tightly quartered. It was, there weren't a lot of locations. It was you were stuck with these characters.
But it was just riveting from start to finish.
Some really gruesome war action as well. So
didn't hold back.
But definitely a really heightened realism of warfare in Afghanistan. So there you go. Or was it Iraq? Well, it was during those Middle Eastern wars. But so what's next on your list?
Bring Her Back.
Ah, okay.
Which I'm sure is on your list too.
Well, we'll see.
So Bring Her Back. So man, it has been a really great year for horror, hasn't it?
Oh yeah.
So, Companion is definitely a horror movie. Strange Harvest was a horror movie. Bring Her Back is absolutely a horror movie.
Wow.
But again, talking about movies being bonkers, this movie is insane. It's just so out there, and the concept is just so high level, but it just works.
There's definitely some supernatural things
Oh,
going
yeah,
on.
absolutely.
But at the center of it is this performance by Sally Hawkins as this sort of caretaker of these children, and
a grieved mother, and
she's just what?
Yeah.
Oh, there's some weird VHS
twists,
tapes, and
but
twists.
there's twists and turns, and there's some moments where you just will want to look away from the screen because
definitely some wince-inducing,
absolutely
scares and things like that.
Great movie, bring her back.
So
it's on streaming now, I believe.
Yeah, I believe it is on Max at the
moment.
So my number 7 film is going to be A House of Dynamite.
Okay.
So this was Netflix streaming film. So it is an in real time, but also telling that period of time from different perspectives in different parts.
Right.
So you're seeing kind of, I think of it.
You're seeing a new.
For lack of a better explanation, think of it as that one season of Arrested Development that had an episode on each character, but had the same through line going through it.
So it's basically okay. So it's number 2 in my list.
Oh, you don't have to do that.
Okay.
Don't jump ahead,
because I want to talk about it.
Okay.
So
it's nuclear war. It's the threat of nuclear war.
But here's the thing. I knew nothing about it going into it. After the first act, when I realized what was going on, I was just it's so thrilling, and it's anxiety inducing for the whole thing. But it's told from 3 different vantage points. The same people, but in real time, right? So, for example, in the first act, if you're in the control center, right? And they have Zooms going on with people meeting over Zoom, and you see these characters on Zoom. But then when it gets into the second act, that meeting is going on, but it's going on from the other side. So it's really clever. It's Catherine Bigelow, and it's Alex Garland again, isn't it? I believe. No,
I don't think so.
I thought he had written something else. But anyway, but it's Catherine Bigelow directed it. It's just, as I say, it's thrilling from start to finish.
Yeah. Catherine Bigelow only makes movies every few years. She really takes her time. And that's, led to some really, really strong films like Zero Dark 30, The Hurt Locker,
right?
Things of that nature. And this is no different. This is a stacked cast. Rebecca Ferguson, Jason Clarke, Idris Elba. There's a moment with the actor Jared Harris that is jaw-dropping. Absolutely jaw-dropping.
Yeah, that's not a spoiler.
That's not a spoiler. But whoa.
Yeah, it is one of the most memorable things I think I've ever seen.
Yeah, it's a divisive movie because without kind of spoiling things, it doesn't end the way you think it will. It's not going to have the typical Hollywood ending, and it's not going to be satisfying either. It's
not, and a lot of people aren't going to like that. But I loved it because it made me think about it, and it made me want to talk about it.
And the only reason it's number 7 on my list and not higher is because it's not a feel-good. It left me a little bit depressed at the end.
But it left me speechless. It was just amazing. Yeah. I loved it.
Okay. What is next on your list?
Next one on my list is Black Bag.
Ah, okay.
So, huge fan. I'm a huge fan of Steven Soderbergh, as y'all probably know. When I first saw the trailer for this, I was like, Michael Fassbender and Jessica Chastain. Yes, please.
It's not Jessica Chastain.
I'm sorry. It's Kate Blanchett. Oh my gosh. I'm getting my favorite actresses.
You're getting your favorite
up.
actresses mixed up. You're getting your favorite movie animals, dragons, and Stitch. And...
you know what? I have a broken ankle.
Yeah, I know. Okay. You've got an excuse.
Okay. So this is just brilliant. It's a cat and mouse.
You got a bunch of spies.
Spies, cat and mouse. Did he? Didn't he? Did she? Didn't she? It's brilliant. The story is brilliant. The direction, obviously, is brilliant. The performances are just absolutely out of this world. It's a great movie.
Stylistically, it could fall in line with an Ocean's 11. It's got that.
It's got that.
Everybody's impeccably dressed. Everybody is good looking.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they look the best they've ever looked, but it's also it's also kind of a sexy cat and mouse kind of
Yeah, it's like a Mr. and Mrs. Smith, but good.
But without all the
because
the affairs rumors.
Yeah,
right?
They're married spies.
Yeah.
But it's great. Really, really good. Can't wait to see it again.
Yeah, it's a spy movie with loads of hot people. But anyway, there you go. So my number 6 movie is Companion.
Okay.
And we've talked about it a little bit already, but I just want to shout out the moment where Harvey Guillen dances with his partner to Boys by Book of Love as just one of the great movie moments of this year for me. I just enjoyed the hell out of it. It was just so fun and retro, and I love Harvey anyway.
It was nice to be able to tell Harvey how much we enjoyed him in Companion when we saw him.
Yeah, so I really like that moment, and I just like the kind of twists and turns and unpredictable nature and really dark humor that this movie had. It was, it had a bit of a horror element and, some blood and stuff.
Oh, it was definitely a horror movie.
Yeah. But, but it was also really funny in parts. And,
it was. Dark humor, though.
Yeah. And the kind of reframing of a meet cute was really interesting. So, So yeah, I really enjoyed Companion. It was one of the surprises of the year for me, and one of the great horror horror had a great year, and one of those things. So
what number was that?
Number 6.
Number 6, okay.
What's next on your list?
Next on my list is Weapons.
Okay.
So
talk about a big year for horror.
Yeah. So this was Zach Krieger?
Yes.
Krieger? I can't remember how to pronounce it, but anyway. So this was from the same guy that did Barbarian. And I liked a lot about Barbarian. There was some of it I didn't like. But going into Weapons, I kind of had an open mind. And boy, it delivered. It was great. I mean, I keep using the word bonkers on this podcast, but a lot of these movies, the premises of these movies this year are just so out there. This is, I mean, anybody who's seen the trailer, that, what happens is at a certain time, 2:17 a.m., children just run out of the house and run, hold their arms out like they're a plane. And it's just some of the most harrowing moments in it are the moments of, I think, of loneliness and the moments of, there's the scene, again, it's in the trailer. There's the scene where the school teacher comes in and the classroom's empty apart from one kid. Mm-hmm. And it's like, well, where is everybody? And nobody knows. So they're trying to find these kids. Great performances. Josh Brolin, so good.
Yeah, he's a father whose son was one of the kids that ran away from home and went missing. And so the mystery revolves around first of all, why was this one kid in this class singled out?
Right, and
what
why
happened?
and why did all the kids run?
What happened? Where are they?
Where are they? Why did they all run out? Why 2:17 in the morning? Where did they all go? Just great.
Yeah.
Just great. An absolute
Our cat liked it too.
Oh, yeah. Ray's in the background making some noise.
Yeah.
We watched it with a full house in the theater, and it was a great experience.
Really good experience, yeah.
Crowd really got into it. So, so Weapons is there.
All right. At my number 5 is Bring Her Back.
Mm-hmm.
You mentioned, this story of this caretaker of these suddenly orphaned children. Billy Barrett and Sora Wong play brother and sister.
Yeah.
Kind of adopted, but their father has passed, and they're going to live with this mysterious woman, Sally Hawkins, in delightfully unhinged form.
Right.
Who also has a son played by Jonah Wren Phillips, who is feral, to say the least, a bit weird, a bit odd, some things going on there.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of mystery to it.
But she has an agenda.
Yes,
which you find out during the movie. Some
underlying evil things going on, and proper squidgy horror,
proper body horror,
proper look away. Ah!
Yeah, really. Yeah,
proper
uncomfortable
painful body horror. But,
uncomfortable.
Should mention that this is an Australian film, and it's sort of one of those sleepers that started to get some traction. You had to kind of seek it out a little bit and to see it in the theater, but really affecting, just really powerful horror film. And shout out to the young actress Sora Wong, who plays the young girl. She's incredible.
Excellent,
visually impaired, fantastic.
Really good performance.
And and some of the horror is her impairment not giving her the whole story and the whole picture of everything. And
there's a lot of different layers going on in that movie.
So it was really great. Just another great horror movie this year. So what's next on your list?
Next on my list, and the last kind of floating one, is Together.
Oh, okay.
Now, man alive. Talk about horror. Talk about horror. Talk about crazy premises for movies. This movie, again, a sleeper, I would say. A smaller movie, which you had to seek out. I absolutely loved it. It very uncomfortable to watch in places. I trying to think about how to talk about it without giving too much away. But Alison Brie and Dave Franco play a married couple, which they're quite good at.
Yeah,
who'd have thunk
it?
Anyway, and they play a couple who move to a place upstate. He's a failing musician, and they move upstate, and they go on a hike, and they get lost in the woods, and they fall into a cave. Then things start to take a strange turn. And I just really don't want to say too much more, because it's just going to spoil everything. But
I think the trailer started to hint at the fact that they were going to fuse.
Yeah, fuse into one another.
Yes.
Let's leave it at that.
Yeah.
But
the results are horrifying.
It's shocking. There are really genuinely terrifying moments in it. There are moments of where it's really funny. And it's a great movie. It's really well made, really well written. Performances are great. Full disclosure, I did not know they were married until after the movie when I asked you. So, yeah.
Well, there you go.
Yeah, exactly. But, just just great.
We may be talking about that in a bit more in a minute.
Okay, cool.
My number 4 film is 28 Years Later.
Okay.
Now, this is a long-awaited... I mean, actually, I wouldn't say long-awaited because, you had the original film 28 Days Later. Then you had 28 Weeks Later.
Yeah.
We never got to months, did we?
Nope.
It was just those two films.
Correct.
So 28 Years Later follows on 28 years after the original kind of zombie attack on Earth, this sort of virus that spread and changed the world forever. 28 Days Later was a very effective original kind of indie film that Danny Boyle directed, and very much in that Danny Boyle style. 28 Weeks Later, a little bit less successful because it had a bigger budget.
It did, and the style of it changed as well.
Yeah,
it was more like an action flick rather than
it wasn't that guerrilla type style that you had in the first movie.
Right. A lot of handheld cam in the first one. A lot of it just Danny Boyle, just classic Danny Boyle. Handheld cam.
Small group of people.
Yeah.
So, 28 years later, kind of, with Danny Boyle back at the helm, sort of follows on from how the world... It kind of shows us how the world would be so much different after, if at a certain time the world was just completely changed following this zombie kind of influx. And what's really interesting is you start to see how certain events in history may not happen because of how different the world is post-zombie.
Yeah.
And that's really at the heart of the story. Aaron Taylor Johnson and Jodie Comer are parents to a young son played by Alfie Williams, and they're kind of living in this isolated,
enclosed
community. To stay away from the hordes of zombies, but they have limited resources, and there's kind of this tribal sort of initiation into arming their son with the tools that he needs to continue to live in this world infiltrated by zombies, and
they train him to go out with what they call the gathering.
Yes.
So they go over to the mainland because they're on an island.
Yes.
And they have a causeway built, which is only accessible at certain times of the day, and they have to go to the mainland to gather supplies. So
it's what's really great about this is that, much like the first film, it becomes less about the zombies and the damage that they cause and hordes of them and being chased all the time, and it becomes more about the family dynamic, the raising this new generation of children in a world that has never known what it was like before, never known what everything was before zombies, and meanwhile they still have the trauma of knowing what life was like before and knowing the difference now. And I think Jodie Comer is kind of the key sort of emotional focal point of the film.
Yeah.
And you meet a really interesting character played by Ralph Fiennes that sets up the next movie that's coming out in January. And so there's a lot going on emotionally, and there's a lot going on with the zombies as well. But it also comes to a conclusion at the end of this sequel. It's going to be a trilogy, apparently. The end of this movie is just like, whoa. You realize something and you're like, whoa. So, yeah, really effective, really good, really breaks down the kind of zombie action stuff and really focuses on this family unit and these relationships, and it's just really it's really human and interesting.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's my number 4.
Nice.
So what have you got next on your list?
Okay, so my number 3 movie of the year is The Ballad of Wallace Island.
And let's just say that right off top, it's my number 3 as well.
Oh, it is?
Yep.
Oh, excellent.
So there we agree.
So, man, what can I say about this movie? Just, it's absolutely delightful.
It's a warm blanket.
Oh my gosh, it's so good. So anybody who knows Tim Key, poet, actor, comedian, he's been on a lot of UK stuff. He's been on Alan Partridge. He was involved with the show Taskmaster for the longest time. He has very successful stage shows, and we just love him. And he and Tom Basden wrote and starred in this movie, The Ballad of Wallace Island, about a lonely guy who he loves this band so
McGuire
much.
and Mortimer.
Yeah, McGuire and Mortimer, right. And he invites them, unbeknownst to them, he invites them both to his island to come and perform. He's very wealthy, by the way. I meant to mention that. And it's just about, it's a very human story. It's a story about relationships and building bridges and forgiveness, breaking things down to simples. And it's so funny. It's so heartwarming. It's just a genuine movie. That's the best way I can describe it.
Yeah, and what's interesting about it is that McGuire and Mortimer, these former band members,
played by Tom Basden and
Carey Mulligan.
Yeah.
They're not getting along very well anymore. And
no, the
really
band split. Yeah, they split up, and then the band split up, and
so bringing them together there's some animosity there, and Tim Key's character is kind of doesn't really have any insight into that, and
well, he doesn't really have any social skills.
No, he's definitely an odd spud.
Yes, he is, because he's isolated.
Yes.
But from bringing these two to the island and interacting with them and kind of everything else that happens around that, he develops some skills, and it's a lot of the story is unexpected as well, which I really liked about it. It could have been really formulaic. And
could have been really saccharine.
Yeah, it could have been really formulaic and kind of could have rolled my eyes at it and been like, oh, well, I could have seen that coming a mile off. But it didn't. It didn't go there. So, loved it.
It gave me the same vibes that I first had when I watched the movie once.
Mm-hmm.
That kind of, like, you feel warm and you feel like, really comforted by this. And, there's a kind of, we're all going to make each other better people kind of thing through our relationships and our interactions. But, it just, at the end of it, it was just like, oh, well, that was just love.
It was a delight. Yeah.
It's that kind of movie.
Yeah.
So,
nice. So
that's both of our number 3s.
Yes.
So shall I get into my number 2?
Sure.
All right. It's Together.
Hey.
I wanted to just spotlight, we've talked about it extensively, but Alison Brie and Dave Franco also co-produced on this movie. So they were really heavily involved in it. And what I really like about it, and it's in addition to the body horror,
Mm-hmm.
and in addition to the kind of high concept of it, what's really interesting about it is even with all the body horror and the high concept of it, some of the most uncomfortable moments of the movie are actually in their verbal interactions. It's actually in their existing relationship.
Because a lot of it is barbed.
Yeah, a lot of it is like resentment.
Yeah.
And some of those things are so real and so painful that you're like, ooh, that's the scariest part of this.
Mm-hmm.
Then you add this kind of fusion body horror into it, and there's some situations that are just like, you're like, oh, you have a visceral, oh no, kind of reaction to it.
Yeah.
That's what's so brilliant about it.
Yeah, when it finally starts to unfold and you realize what's going on,
there's some truly horrific things. You're like,
oh my gosh,
whoa.
Yeah.
But at the center of it is this kind of complicated relationship, and what unfolds, and how they gotta kind of put some of that stuff aside and deal with this really extraordinary situation. So they were great in it. The concept was great. There's some great musical stings in it that are notable. Yeah.
I'd like to see it again.
But yeah,
you
absolutely.
Should probably go ahead and buy a copy of it. Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. Okay. So what's next for you?
So my number 2, and we already talked about it, so we don't need to. My number 2 was A House of Dynamite. I'll just wrap up what we were talking about with it by talking about the fact that it's... I didn't expect anything from it. We just sat down to watch a movie one night, and it just absolutely dropped me to the floor. Had the same kind of... The only movie of recent memory that I found that was just so anxiety-inducing the whole way through was the movie Greyhound with Tom Hanks, which is just a phenomenal movie as well. But this really kept me on my toes all the way through. I know that there are a lot of people that didn't like the third act, but I thought it was great. I really, really loved it. So that's my number 2.
All right. Okay, now we're getting into the big, the top of the list. Now, we've already talked about my number 1 movie.
Oh, we have? Okay.
But I just want to reemphasize just how much of a surprise and just a chilling film that Weapons was.
Mm-hmm.
So, Weapons, we've talked about. Zach Krager, following on from Barbarian, which for me... Barbarian didn't stick the landing. This one stuck the landing and then some.
Yeah,
the ending of this movie is absolutely chilling.
Yes.
But I just want to highlight this incredible performance from Amy Madigan as Gladys.
Yeah.
And how, and I'll talk about a few other things, but Gladys became the Halloween costume this year. In addition to K-pop Demon Hunters, it was Gay Halloween was K-pop Demon Hunters and Gladys.
Okay.
But this unhinged, unrecognizable, I was just like, that's Shanice from Uncle Buck. Holy crap. She's got, her look, she's terrifying.
Yeah, the look is just terrifying. And, and she's not disfigured or anything like that. It's just the way she's presented, the way she's made up.
Yes.
She just looks terrifying.
Just a mess.
Yeah.
Just a mess.
Right.
But I want to say that I really like the way that this unfolded in the way that the chapters were presented. And very much like A House of Dynamite. It was a very similar situation. It was these same events flowing through, but told from these different perspectives. And so it was sort of, okay, here's everything through, Julia Garner's teacher's eyes, and here's everything through Josh Brolin's eyes, and then there's this extended sequence of this, hapless stoner. A lot of people in our theater found extraordinarily funny, to just laugh riot points. We weren't so much, but again, gut busting laughing at it or anything. But
no, because it wasn't funny.
It was more dark humor than anything. But Benedict Wong, Alden Ehrenreich.
Okay.
Oh gosh,
Benedict.
His name is
Alden Ehrenreich.
Alden Ehrenreich. It's so hard to
just say Han Solo.
Han Solo. Yes.
Benedict Wong. Okay. First of all, amazing in it, but second of all, has one of the scariest parts in the whole movie.
Yeah.
Oh my days.
I'm just thinking about it now. I'm like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Whoa.
But a great movie. I can't wait to see it again.
And what I really love, I love it. It's an original concept.
Mm-hmm.
It's not an existing property.
Right.
It just told a great story.
Right.
It just grabbed you from the trailer. I was just like, okay, I got to know what's going on in this.
Yeah. And that kind of mystery kind of marketing around it.
Yeah.
There were a lot of small TV spots which just didn't quite give stuff away, but gave you enough where you were like, what? I can remember the marketing for Cloverfield.
Yeah.
Right? Where it was like, I've got to know what's going on with this. What is going on with this? And that was exactly the same with Weapons, and it didn't disappoint.
No, it didn't. It was just such a good horror time from start to finish, and so intriguing, and had a lot of imagery in it that is perplexing, but also got people talking.
I have a feeling we're going to be placing a large Amazon order later.
I have a feeling we are too.
But yeah, Weapons was great.
Yeah, so that was
definitely one of the highlights of the year.
That was my number one this year.
Yeah.
So how about you?
My number one of the year, 28 Years Later.
There you go.
Yeah. Now, the reason why I picked 28 Years Later was because it was, well, first of all, I'm a huge Danny Boyle fan. He has such a way with telling a story through visuals that just I've always loved. And this was just such a surprise to me, just how much I loved it. It just really got under my skin. There are so many parts in it that are so horrific, but the way it's shot, it's so beautifully shot that you have just this clash of what am I looking at here? And oh my gosh, I'm just looking at it thinking, oh, the framing is so perfect and the lighting is so beautiful and it's just so brilliantly made. The story, to be honest, I was a little bit nervous about it. I was like, do we really need to revisit? Do we really need to, But as we saw from Trainspotting 2, right, which I think I was the most nervous about, was like, do we really need Trainspotting 2? Trainspotting is just such a perfect movie. Mm-hmm. But Trainspotting 2, just incredible. Yeah. He did exactly the same here.
But I think you and I, with 28 Days Later, I don't think we had the kind of, like with Trainspotting, you and I we had a very deep relationship with that movie.
True.
For lack of a better term, I guess. But
so here's the thing with 28 Days Later. I think I watched it probably at the wrong time. Mm-hmm. And I think I've seen it 3 times, including... So when we revisited it, the week before 28 Years Later came out, I was just blown away by it.
Yeah. I think we have more of an appreciation for it now than we did back then.
So I did honestly think, do we really need 28 Years Later? Because 28 Weeks Later, it was mildly serviceable as a horror movie.
It said some interesting things, but it wasn't like...
No, it wasn't like the first one. Mm-hmm. But as I said, 28 Years Later just took me by surprise, and I just absolutely adored it. And it stayed with me the whole year. And then to find out after seeing it that we have the sequel coming next month, I was like, oh, I can't wait.
Yep.
And I'm so excited to see the Bone Temple.
Yeah, and we're probably going to watch 28 Years Later again.
Oh, of course.
Before we see the Bone Temple.
100%.
So, all right. Well, great year for movies. Great year for horror. Great year for zombies.
I feel like we didn't see a lot of stuff.
We did.
I mean, we did,
saw a
but
lot
there
of
was
stuff.
quite a lot of other stuff that we'll catch up on. I mean, we've been trying to catch up, while we've been on our break from work. So yeah, we watched the Knives Out movie yesterday, The Wake Up Dead Man.
I enjoyed it.
It was okay. I thought it was a little bit overlong. You know what? This is going to lead into our next section where I'm just going to talk about a couple of things we've watched on TV and stuff like that. But it was okay. I thought it was a little bit overlong, but it was good. I did not enjoy it as much as, actually, of the three, I think Glass Onion's probably my favorite.
Oh, okay.
I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, I
really
liked
good.
Glass Onion, but I really liked this one. It was a bit different setting, different ideas.
But they've got a good good thing going there.
Oh yeah.
It was good enough to keep me watching, but it was 2 hours 20 minutes, and it was a little bit too long.
Yeah,
they could have cut it down, but anyway.
But Daniel Craig is having the time of his life playing Benoit Blanc.
Of course.
So there you go.
Of course. Just a couple of little nods to some Christmas TV. We've just watched Amandaland on BBC. If you've ever watched Motherland or Amandaland, then the Amandaland Christmas special was just incredible.
Very funny.
Yeah.
Very funny.
Some of the other TV highlights of the year, Pluribus on Apple TV.
Vince Gilligan is back.
I mean, come on. Finished. Just the first season just finished. So if you need to catch up with it, go ahead and do that, because it is appointment TV.
Do it. You've got time.
Yeah.
The next season is going to be a little while.
I think I made the comment to you. I was like, what are we going to do between now and the time the next season of Pluribus comes out?
I know. It's in 2028 or whenever it's coming out. But
it's great.
Vince Gilligan said they're working on it. But
Rhea Seehorn, so good. Such a great concept as well.
Yeah.
Won't spoil anything for you as well. Couple of other highlights from this year. Toxic Town was really, really good. And of course, Adolescence.
Adolescence was
Who
incredible.
didn't love Adolescence? Well, I would say love is the wrong word, because it's very, very tough to watch.
Who wasn't completely riveted by Adolescence? Let's
it was.
put it that way.
Absolutely.
But there's been some really great stuff. So on the flip side of that, I did want to note a few of the worst movies we saw this year. So we had Weapons as my number one. It was clearly the better horror film that Julia Garner was in, because Wolfman was absolutely awful. And
Wolfman.
Boring, and nothing happened. And who cares?
It came out in January, and just goes to show you. Yeah.
We also had Until Dawn, which was terrible.
Oh God, that was so bad.
The Conjuring: Last Rites. What a letdown!
I'm really sorry. Man, those first two Conjuring movies, especially the second one, are so good. But The Devil Made Me Do It and Last Rites, I'm sorry, but that train just went off the track.
Not scary. Not good. Boring. Yeah, no.
Mm-hmm.
My sister and I went and saw the movie A Working Man with Jason Statham, and that was terrible. We saw that as kind of we have a day off, let's go see a movie, and it was the only thing playing at like noon, and we had to be back by a certain time, and like, okay, I guess we'll go see it. Maybe it'll be, maybe it'll be so bad it's good.
But nope.
No, it was just bad. But probably the worst movie I saw this year was streaming on HBO Max, and it was called Opus, and it had John Malkovich in it, and
never saw that.
Io Debrief from The Bear, and it was terrible.
Oh, really?
So insufferable. So just trying to say something smart and not saying anything at all. I just hated it.
Okay.
Absolutely hated it. So, not all bright spots, but more good than bad, I would say. More mid than anything, but...
And we didn't even see Megalopolis, did we?
No.
Was that 2024?
I think that was last year.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but I'm still going to see. I'm going to watch it. I feel like it's going to be...
I think the Alamo Drafthouse have some showings coming up.
Really?
Yeah, but we don't have an Alamo Drafthouse near us anymore.
Well, there's one across town, but, I kind of,
So...
That demands to be seen with, like, a lot of drinks, I feel.
So we got some movies coming up in 2026.
Yes, we do. We have a lot going on in 2026.
So we got the Bone Temple to start.
Yep. We've got Super Mario Galaxy.
Oh, yes.
The Super Mario Galaxy movie.
I love that trailer.
We've got Wuthering Heights, Emerald Fennell's next film.
That could go either way.
Could go either way.
Mm-hmm.
Could be all right. Looks a bit dark.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like that. We've got Project Hail Mary.
Oh, yeah, the
Ryan
Gosling movie. Yeah, that looks interesting.
Martian.
Interesting.
Could be good. We've got, obviously, The Mandalorian and Grogu.
Yes.
There is a Devil Wears Prada sequel. There's a Toy Story sequel. A Jumanji sequel. A new Spider-Man. Blah, blah, blah. Here's a couple of interesting movies that are, kind of original sort of things. Disclosure Day. The new Steven Spielberg movie we just saw the trailer for.
What an interesting trailer.
What is going on?
Yeah, what is going on?
Very mysterious.
Mm-hmm.
Some kind of alien something going on, but I'm intrigued.
Right.
We've got The Odyssey, the new Christopher Nolan. We saw the trailer for that as well.
I'm already tired.
You're already tired. I know, right?
I'm already tired of... I think I said this to you the other day. I'm already tired of, you have to go and see this in 70 mil, and it's only showing at one theater in one town, in one state. If you're not watching it in 70 mil, it's not the right experience. Yeah, just bring out a movie.
Well, speaking of already tired, Avengers Doomsday. I mean, look, maybe I'm wrong. It could be incredible, like Endgame or, Infinity War, whatever.
Look.
I don't know.
My man is back. That's all you need to know.
All right, that's
America's
true.
ass is back. Right?
Yeah.
So notice that Fantastic Four didn't make either of our lists. I think it was a big misfire.
It was fine. That was the only reason. It was fine. Had a lot of good style going to it, but not a lot of consequence.
Right. But I think it's all a it's all a precursor to Doomsday, isn't it? So yeah, let's see. The more stuff comes out, then the more, But it doesn't come out till December, so
it's loaded with characters.
Mm-hmm.
There's the Robert Downey Jr. as Victor Doom turn. I don't understand.
Yeah, I don't understand that either. But did I mention that Steve Rogers is back?
We know.
Yes.
America's ass. Interestingly, a movie I have not heard a lot about is a movie called Digger. And it is Tom Cruise, directed by Alejandro Inarritu.
Okay.
Could be interesting, but I don't know much about it.
Don't know anything about it. Okay.
We'll see.
Okay.
And toward the end of 2026, we will see a Violent Night sequel, which could be fun. Maybe. I don't know. David Harbour might have used all his goodwill. I don't know. Lily Allen is currently reading him to filth. Anyway. And then we have one I know you're not excited about in the least, but I'm intrigued by, Dune Messiah. We'll see.
So we're shaping up to be good.
Shaping up to be an interesting year of releases. A lot of existing properties, but some interesting original stuff too. And Ready or Not 2. Ready or Not, here I come.
Ready or Not 2. I loved Ready or Not. It was great.
So that might be fun.
So we're going to go next month, get on that Cinemark plan so we can go to that nice theater.
Yep.
Get some what's it called? D-box going.
Some D-box get thrown around a little bit. Yep. So get back to the movies on a regular basis. Get back to recording on a regular basis.
Yep.
So it looks like we've got a lot of interesting things coming up for the next year. But it was good to take a look back at this past year and kind of, it was a tumultuous one, but ultimately
it was for us. Yeah.
Still some good films that came out, and there's still enough original properties out there, kind of original concepts out there. So it was good to, kind of take a look back at this previous year. It was a bit of a tumultuous one, but still enough good movies, still enough original content to sort of, keep us going and keep us intrigued and glued to the screens and stuff like that.
Next year's shaping up to be good too. So
so should be interesting. But
excellent.
So thank you all for listening today, and be sure to check us out on Instagram at FaveFilm Podcast. We do have an email address if you want to correspond.
FaveFilmPodcast@gmail.com.
Yep.
And we'll be back soon. I'm not sure what we're going to be watching this week, but we've definitely got some stuff lined up while we're still off work. So we will talk about that next time.
Hopefully we'll have seen Hamnet. Hopefully maybe we'll even seen Anaconda, the new Jack Black, Paul Rudd.
Yeah, maybe we'll go and give that a go.
Yeah, so hopefully we'll have some fresh reviews and news and all that stuff coming up next. And we will see you
in 2026.
Yay! Thank you all for listening. We appreciate it.
All right. Yeah. Goodbye, everybody.
Bye.